Hey guys, Tarke here at the PC. It's been a while. So, Path of Exile has dropped a new 20-second long teaser for 3.16, which means we are going to ad-lib for the next 10 or so minutes. So the new league has been announced. It is Scourge League. We know nothing about it. There are three main things to take away from the trailer. One, there's this quirky little thing. People are calling it like, are you varling your character now? How does this work? You can see it kind of like embeds into your character. Kind of interesting. Next thing is this funky looking fusing orb. And the third thing is in this, if you get the timing just right, there's like this weird explodey, fiery looking, that's not what I'm trying to do, speed. Weird explodey, fiery looking dude that you can catch in the freeze frame if you're quick enough. So quite a lot to talk about. You could also be interested to know Replica at Zuri's foible. Is that maybe trying to hint at some Val stuff? There he was, just there. You get the idea. There's like a guy in the thing. All right. So let's just kind of talk about it. So one thing which I found very interesting about this is I had a video quite recently where I was talking about the heist trinket slot. And I was saying how the heist trinket slot felt really weird and really wasted because it's just this thing that every character has and it only really interacts with one tiny small aspect of the game, being heist. Now, you'll notice that that character didn't have a heist trinket slot, which is interesting. So maybe they're kind of getting away with that idea. They've kind of experimented with it and thought, okay, we've messed around with the idea of heist trinkets. Let's try and make something a little bit more interesting, something which is kind of just like a wacky kind of thing that affects your character. We know that they really like stuff like D2, so I could maybe see it being like a charm-based system. We really have no idea, but again, I need to fill time because it's pre-league cycle, right? So if I had to imagine what's going to happen, it'd be something kind of like a D2 style charm that's like embedded into your character. And I think it'd be kind of cool to have something where they kind of did like a reverse incubator. So it's kind of like you get this very cool upside/downside effect. It's tied to your character for X many thousands of kills. So rather than like an incubator, which is like you equip the thing and then it takes like 10,000 kills for like a prize to pop out, instead you get like an incubator that is embedded into your character. Once you have it, you can't get rid of it. And it gives you a positive and a negative effect for, say, 10,000 kills. I think that'd be kind of interesting. I kind of like the idea of like feeding something, evolving something. If you kind of get like a Pokemon egg kind of situation where you feel attached to this thing that you're feeding over time. Basically just kind of, if I think over some of the conversations I've had with people like Chris, when they've talked about these old systems, what they were trying to achieve from them, there was definitely this idea with incubators that they seemed really passionate about. And I always thought incubators were kind of lame. It was like, I can get what you're going for, but it doesn't quite land. So I think if they were to maybe kind of go for like a mix of incubators and heist trinkets, you could have some quite interesting gameplay aspect. If we're trying to like work out Scourge League name, like what that could possibly mean. I mean, we've got the Venom film coming out, symbiotes and all that stuff kind of seems quite apt. I'm kind of interested by the corrupted fusing orb. I'm mostly interested by the fact that we're seeing a corrupted fusing orb because we know that they're not happy with fusing orbs, and we know that fusing orbs are going away. That's a big part of PoE 2 and the new gem socket system. So I was very surprised to see them introducing something which works like well, we assume because of the visual from the art, we're assuming it is a Val fuse because it looks a lot like what we would expect a Val fuse to look like. So that was very surprising to me. So that implies one of two things. Either one, they're going for a harvest kind of, let's just test something that we don't intend going into the core game, even though they added harvest to the core game anyway. But yeah, either they're going for something very experimental just to test, or the fact that it's like a fusing orb is just a coincidence and it doesn't actually do anything to do with fusing. And yeah, because it seems very, very odd that if you know that you don't like the current gem system and you know that you don't like the current linking system, that you would come up with ideas which interact with the current gem and linking system, unless you know it's just going to be a placeholder thing, in which case maybe they're going to go really crazy with it. because they keep experimenting with. They're trying to work out like how available should 6 links really be. In that scheme of things, I could see it being pretty interesting. So yeah. By the way, just throwing out there as a concept, speculatively, I would feel confident saying that you'll be seeing some like podcasty vibes to do with the new league in the future. That's not me saying there will be or saying there won't be, but if you had that expectation that maybe there's something being planned, then that would perhaps be a reasonable expectation. Yeah. I'm curious. The other thing which I find slightly interesting about this is this kind of looks like a socket. So maybe these things interact with that. And I like the idea of like putting things into it, like a Hungry Loop style. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's interesting. As far as like 20-second long promo videos go, this is definitely something new. Which is something to commend. Also, what I found interesting was that it got clicked. Like you put it in, you see the embed art, and then you kind of like click to turn it on. Like that was a definite click. So that's interesting. So maybe that implies that you've got like a little. I really like the idea of like the incubator thing, where it's like it's once you have it, this is locked to your thing. This is like you're stuck with this until you reach the end. So I hope if it is kind of what I'm expecting it to be, like you get some positive and some negative upsides that you can't just stop them in and out whenever you want. I think it'd be more interesting kind of having this idea of like you have to commit somewhat to your choices. That seems like something they try and push. But yeah, I don't know. How are we doing? We got 7 minutes. 7 minutes, not that bad. We could probably get a couple more minutes out of it. Worth noting, we know the new league date, 22nd of October. People like Tarke, why don't you talk about video games? Why do you talk about the rain? Because the thing is it's quite straightforward with the rain. You're like, is it raining outside? Yes or no? That's a video, right? Easy, no complications. This sort of arc. Oh, Tarke, spend 12 years over analyzing a 3-second long clip. Oh, I mean, we could look at the comments. Like ratio is relatively positive. That's interesting. Finally, varling our character. That new orb of fusing though. Yeah. I will say, Camel, I know I wasn't playing any of the audio because I haven't got my audio stuff set up. Audio, as always, is excellent. Absolutely excellent. Would recommend. Maybe if we just took a minute to look through my recommended videos. Let's have a look see. So Big Duck somehow managed to come up with 10.5 minutes. What I probably should have done is I probably should have watched all the other content creators struggling to fill time, so then I could write down their ideas and then present them as my own. That would be pretty good. Chase Mountains, this guy's pretty cool if you're into hiking. So I've been doing a lot of training recently. I want to get back into hiking and endurance walking, and I've set myself the goal that for 2022 I'm going to spend a month in the Lake District, and I'm just gonna knock it out. So I've been watching a lot of like hiking things. Why Dutch bikes are better and why you should want them. I don't actually cycle. I've got a pretty gnarly scar that runs along the whole bottom of my chin from a cycling accident as a kid. It's just gonna put me off. Point and Kill, absolute banger. Love the new Little Sims album, by the way. I got quite far into it, but I had to give it up. It was someone breaking down how much of a moron Ben Shapiro is and his terrible writing. Guy's a tool. Should you try the new Final Fantasy? Pi did a very good video, would recommend, about the UX stuff. This is Climbing Bro. Again, I've been into fitness stuff recently. Finance Bros. I do enjoy a bit of Trevor Wallace in my spare time. I spend quite a lot of time watching videos on urban planning. I have no desire to get into urban planning, but as someone who doesn't drive, enjoys walking, and enjoys public transport, urban planning is pretty cool. Climate Town, also pretty cool if you are into climate change and realizing just how screwed we all are. Funny lad, would recommend. Badger. So Badger only managed to get 8 minutes 51, so therefore Big Ducks beat him. And depending on how long I can milk this section, I might actually beat Big Ducks, so well done me. Why do people like dogs? I have a theory about dogs. So I like dogs. I also like cats. But I found from my experience, people who like cats, and people who like cats generally like animals. Whereas people who like dogs are racists. Because you get a lot of people who are like, only dogs are cool. If it's not a dog, I hate it. Spit on it. Pure, pure, pure. Like, it's really weird. Like, I volunteer in an animal shelter, and I even noticed it a little bit in the animal shelter. I'm in the cattery. And the cat people are all really chill, but the dog people are, like, really militant. It's a running theory. Test it on your friends. More Climate Town. More urban planning. More climbing stuff. Josh Strife Hayes, he talks about MMOs. Alkai's are doing some D2 stuff. Peter Santana, I'm not sure if I like this guy or not. He's got some quite interesting documentaries. I think I like his content. I'm not sure if I like him. But if you're into just like some relatively unbiased, you know, kind of going to visit, like, I don't know, he did a whole series he shot on the Amish and thought that was Hasidic Jews. I would recommend it. A thing on survival. More of the Peter Lad, more Chase Mountain, more place. Dude, this guy slaps. Okay. So again, I'm getting into fitness, but I'm not getting into like gear. But this guy, I think he's my new favorite dude on the internet. So basically, he's a dude who used to be really into like pickup and gym stuff, hence the stupid channel name. But he actually knows what he's talking about, and he's really into like the chemistry, and it's just him kind of dissecting and shitting on people who come up with ludicrous claims, and you learn. I know way too many facts about anabolics now. Would recommend. Very good. Some PoE content. No one finds that interesting. Kira TV, more MMA stuff, more Trevor Wallace, Key and Peele always. More urban planning, more Climate Town, PoE, no one cares, PoE, no one cares. I don't know who this is. I think this is because I've watched some fitness stuff. More Climate Town lit. The Dangerous Worship of Dark Academia. Don't know about that one. More fitness stuff. I guess fast cell repair. Yeah, it'd be like nutrition stuff. More Kira TV. More PoE, no one cares. That was a good video. I enjoyed that. Some Preach, would recommend. More plates, more dates. Bell, yeah. Rose Anvil, lit. This guy is awesome. Cannot recommend him enough. Dungeon Dudes, very good. I love me some D&D. This was some of that Amish stuff I was chatting about. A random house mix. That's very out of sorts. I don't watch any house mixes on YouTube. Gus Johnson, love it. Love it. This, right, okay, I'm just going to throw this out there. I mean, he's not going to find this. Llama, your previous dating profile thing was really just, like, very uncomfortable viewing. Like, bruh, that was... I hope you were trolling, because that was deeply upsetting. Philip DeFranco, again, another example of I'm not a massive fan of the dude, but he makes good content, so I watch his content. Some more D&D. Well, this list is this. I didn't plan on this. I was planning on filling like a minute. I think I've been going for longer than we would talk about the PoE stuff at this point. More Carbon Footprint. Lockpicking Lawyer. Gotta love it. More. I don't listen to music ever on YouTube, but sure. Some Tyson Evitel. Love it. Climate Town. PoE. No one cares. I can't read that out. More plates, more dates. Don't know who that is. Hasn't got Atomic Shrimp. This guy, another lit channel. Funny little Englishman who does cooking stuff and baiting scammers. Lots of foraging. I enjoy foraging. Would recommend. I'm going to watch that video after this. Casually Explained. Gus Johnson. This guy's a dickhead. I don't know why that's right. That's one of the problems. If you watch any like fitness stuff, you just get recommended a whole bunch of really stupid rubbish. I was going to use expletives. You just get recommended a lot of trash. I feel like it's I watched a really interesting video a while ago about how many people get indoctrinated into weird extremist point of views because of the YouTube algorithm, because they have like some issue with depression or something. So they watch one YouTube video on depression, and then like 3 minutes later, they've watched like 8 hours of absolute brainwash, and now they're a raging moron and hate women. Titan Quest, good game. More llama. More inspiring. Again, I don't listen to music on YouTube. Fossey Car, he's cool. I dig him. He's got a nice cat and he reviews tech. Little Sims, great album. More urban planning. Pee-wee, no one cares. One place, one date's lit. Some more random fitness stuff. Wow, this list is long. I really apologize. I've committed to the bit now. Yeah. PoE, no one cares. How does China's social it might be interesting, I guess. What makes this anvil so special? See, that I find interesting. I enjoy stuff like that. We have no garbage day in Amsterdam. Oh, that sounds interesting. Jeff Nippensee's pretty chill. I dig him. A scientist's journey through psychopathy. Random Futurama compilation, I guess. More PoE, no one cares. PoE, no one cares. Could be interesting, I guess. Super capacitor bike. Ooh. Again, I don't know why I'm getting recommended bicycle things. More Trevor Wallace. More phone reviews. More PoE, no one cares. I like watches. I don't own any watches. I would like to own watches. But I would also like to own money. And I find that as far as conflicting ideals go, they're kind of at war with one another. More random music mix. What is malt and why does it make milk? I mean, that seems like a interesting, god-awful YouTube video, and I'm assuming from the name, probably an awful human being would recommend. PB trash, World of Warcraft trash. Interesting. Most same content. Cool. More stuff about public transport. Boom. Does this just like never end? More plates for dates. More music I don't listen to. 12 threads. I don't know what that means, but all right. Rock climbing. Cool. PoE, no one cares. PoE, no one cares. My opinion on politics, and I'm not interested, mate. Reverse repo. I don't know what that means, but okay. Can you fix climate change? No. Some more random fitness stuff. Sure, okay. PoE, no one cares. I used to be mental for Egypt as a kid. I was really into like the history and everything, but I think that's just more music. It just happens to be in it, yeah. Flexibility routine, cool. Oh, we got to the bottom. Awesome. So yeah, then we've got some a hand grinder. We've got an RPG, sounds cool. PoE, no one cares. There's been a volcano. Oh god, that's awful. And then yeah, the BBC is full of nonsense. So to summarize, that was a bit that I probably should have skipped entirely. And I'm Tarke. Have a good day. Let me know what you think of Scourge League, and let me know what you think of my recommended videos on the algorithm. Get wrecked, Big Ducks. Get wrecked, Badger. You all suck. My reaction video was over 19 minutes. Ez.